Okay, so let's talk about mobile photography level 2, doing it remotely, doing it outside the studio. No problem at all, except for one caveat, and that is you don't have access to the 2 books where we get all the great ideas from them. So gather around, children. I'm going to read these books to you. No, I'm actually just going to flick through and show you what some of these projects look like. Now, remember, you've got to pick 10. So let me just go ahead and flip through some of these. This first one I love. It's called Rat's Eye View, and it's or down low this time. But you get that camera, you put it way down onto the ground, and then you take a shot looking up. Very interesting. So you get all this foreground of the ground in front of it. Very, very interesting kind of subject for that one. So that's one of the projects. Of course, the famous jump shot. Get everybody in your family, jump, have them jump at one time. I'm going to give you a hint on this. Use the burst mode on your iPhone because it takes a lot of photos at once, and then you just got to scroll through and find the photo that you want. So do the old famous jump shot. This one, love this one. Easy to do in a house. It's called Everyday Objects. And look at just a salt and pepper shaker and a newspaper, but it's lit well. We can see the shadows. It could be anything from headphones to, I don't know, pens and paper. Just everyday objects are just, they can be really good. So that could be another subject of a series of photos that you do. Remember, it could be not just 10 photos, it's 10 projects. That could equate to, I don't know, 50 photos, depending on how many photos you take for each project. Of course, pets, animals make a great subject. Okay, so there's that one. And then, reflections. This is looking down a hallway. We're surrounded by beautiful shiny surfaces, and you can just really get some cool reflections in your photography. So that could work out great. Let's go over to here. Architecture, which I love, repeating patterns. Look at the blue sky here. If you can go outside, always remember, get everybody's permission, make sure to do everything safe and do all that kind of stuff. Black and white, lots of great photographs look really good as black and white images. Let me see what's on the next page here. Yeah, black and white, just some really cool stuff there in black and white. All right, so that kind of completes some of the cool ones I found out of that book. Now let's go to Beautiful Mess here, and let's just scroll through here. Some of the people have already marked them off. Let's see, that one you can't do. This one's just called kind of Everyday Objects, but it's unique personal details. So it's just some of the things that are unique to your life. So it's not the people, it's just the details about what's around you and stuff like that. So holding the drink, looking at the artistic brushes here, the sketchbook, really cool stuff there. Okay, now let's go into here. Fun little backgrounds. We of course had all the murals here, but there's just some really great backgrounds all around your house and your neighborhood to make some really good shots. This one's interesting, where you tape up some type of paper and then you shoot a nice background. It becomes this new background for something that you're shooting. So make sure that you always send me some of the how-to photos of how you got this, just so I can see where they kind of came from, what you were thinking artistically. That's no good. Light, direct sunlight, no. Shooting with using a window as a light. Use window as your light source and get your subject really close to a nice window and use that to light them. And then there's opposite of this is use it behind them and make a really cool silhouette of something. And that's probably going to show up here in the book too, is silhouetting people. Of course, there's the shadow portrait. Use it to make a nice portrait. I'm sorry if my microphone cuts out every time I kind of go behind. There's silhouette right there. Every time I go behind the book, you can use the silhouette feature. All this, if you don't understand how to do one of these shots, you can always look it up on YouTube so that you can find out how to shoot a great silhouette or something. Okay. Photograph something with the wind, hair blowing in the wind. That's great on these windy days we get here. That works out great. Of course, they had the jump shot here as well. Looking skyward up a building. That can make for a really interesting shot. Catch some clouds in there. Just, repeating things around your home. Repetition in photography, whether it's a line of windows or a stack of books or something, repetition makes for some really interesting photography. It's pleasing to the eye. Here's some more repetition there of all those photos above that piano. And then these detail shots, these are really, you set that up. You see how the sunglasses have been put with the little hair bow, put with the perfume, put with all that. Just a nice little details from your life kind of shot. And these are photographing things that people collect. So yarns and threads and corks and shoes and candles. Just photograph some type of collection in your life. Okay. And then equipment as a thing. There's the microphone, there's the tape deck, there's the instrument. So again, not people. You focus in on the things, the items, the headphones that someone has, those type of things. And I think that's kind of getting us through the book. I think for the most part, I don't think there's anything left in the last half of that book. So that's good. And that's a lot of ideas I've given you. So there's plenty for you to shoot around your home and to really complete this. Of course, make sure you crop them correctly. Make sure you put really appropriate filters on them. Really great stuff. I want to see the artistic side of you for photography level 2, a remote learning edition.